I think the switches should be lower.
Weren't the switches on the...
They're on the
other
left
side?
on the
Oh.
previous page. I changed them to match. You can see. This is what it should look like.
Ah, perfect.
And actually, these sketches are pretty good. Like,
If I don't say
done!
so myself.
What I mean is, like, I don't have to do tight pencils. I can ink right on top of this. I don't want to. I'm not sure I want to put the letters right on the switches. I kind of like them carved into the wall underneath the switch.
Okay,
And the switch looks more primitive. It's just like a chunky thing with like a wrapped grip. Make them chunky things instead of nice, like, ball and stick, like 1960s computer controls. I mean, this is a medieval fantasy setting. They did not have nice switches. I mean, it's amazing they had switches at all. Oh. I'll actually handwrite that out, I think, later when we do the note. Everything else is sound effects, so I don't actually have to do any word balloons this time. That's fun. I love it when your building materials are organic. You don't have to have perfectly straight lines on anything. Even so, I think I can draw a straight line pretty well. Oof. It was more off than I wanted it to be. Sometimes I cheat and hold shift for parts of it.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Cheating. Totally fine. And then you just add some handmade bits so it looks more organic. So before we started the stream, you were just telling me and showing me the prototype for the new card game.
For the Catapult game?
Yeah.
Yeah. We printed up some of the cards, and I gave some out for like Christmas and gifts, so you got one.
Oh, nice. That's my Christmas present.
That's
Cool.
your Christmas present.
Excellent. You said, I have a thing for you, but you didn't say Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, it was not wrapped in Christmas wrapping and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Are you excited about how they turned out?
I think they look awesome, so we will print more.
Can you give a very brief overview of the game?
Yes, so it is a card battling game, player versus player. It's on a 4x8 grid. You have four rows of cards, and you kind of match cards to attack. And there's like a defensive number, and it's pretty fun.
Like they all start out flipped over, so you can't see them. So you're kind of guessing and flipping over cards, and then making the best play you can with what you flipped over.
Exactly. And then if you get a match horizontal, you make a defense. If you get a match vertical, you get an attack. And then there's special catapult cards, hence the name Catapult.
Yeah. So there's cats and fruits and rocks.
There's five,
like different races, basically.
Five like teams or suits.
Donuts.
It's donuts, cats, robots, apples, and rocks.
All very popular things.
Yeah. Actually, my original idea was to have different art for each team. Like each card would be different. But then I kind of gave up and just made them all the same rock. So you're matching the same rock to the same rocks, but it's okay.
Oh, you mean, like in each suit, there's like numbered high and low numbers?
Yeah, and there'll be a different image for each one. Maybe that'll be in the expanded special edition version.
Oh, yeah. So like a 3 of rocks matches with a three rocks.
Well, no, I just mean like there's 10 rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd be 10 images of different rocks. I just did 10 of the same rock with different numbers on it.
Oh, okay.
So it would just... But I kind of thought that might be harder to match because it's not the same image.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be the same color schemes. But I just went with like literally the same image across the board. Yeah, and then I'm working on a video tutorial right now because I think the game is easier to kind of show how to play. And then you get it. because I wrote out a very detailed description of it, and as I was writing it, I was like, wow, this is just really hard to
Explain.
but I think is a relatively simple game.
It is pretty simple.
Like, I play it with my 8-year-old and my 12-year-old.
It's not Magic the Gathering.
It is not that complicated, but to describe it is, there's an art form to writing
Instructions.
Instruction, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely an art form to that, and I guess I'm not the best at it.
Well, is this one of the first games you've ever designed?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you kind of got to give yourself a pass for that.
that's true.
You'll get better at it the more game mechanics you invent and describe.
It's true. Like most
Also,
things in life-
playtesting will give you valuable feedback for how people understand your instructions.
True. Yeah, we've explained it to a handful of people, and they get it very quickly once they can kind of see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as with a lot of games, it's quicker to pick up if you just jump right in.
Yes. Very, tactile. Yeah, at the heart of it, it's really like a match 3 game. It's almost like a puzzle game that has some fighting elements to it to win.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just exciting because, you actually got it printed.
I was really impressed with the printing of it.
How'd you find the place that you printed?
I used Google.
Little
Little known website.
Wow.
Yeah, little known website that you can search for things and tells you where stuff is.
I think this is one of the first times I've ever drawn Soma's head from this angle.
From the
So you
back.
get to see what the short side of her haircut looks like as it wraps around to the long side of her. She's got an asymmetrical cut.
Asymmetrical cuts are in right now. I was watching the newest season of The Dragon Prince,
Yeah.
and none of their hairs are symmetrical.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Dragon Prince is a new season. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I watched the first 2. It's really good. I kind of thought that the animation was a little bit
Cheesy?
cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Less smooth. I don't know if they just did less frames per second or just
You mean from the first season? First season
from the
looked
first
better?
3 seasons. Yeah, I definitely noticed the difference, but the story is still really well written, so it's moot.
Hold on. I remember the first season it was more lower frame rate. What they did to make computer animation feel more hand-drawn
Yeah.
that's actually, I think they did that on purpose. There's lower frames, meaning you get some of that jump from frame to frame that you would in traditional animation.
Yeah, there's definitely a
Actually-
change between season 1 and 2, because I read an interview with the creators, and they said that they changed it slightly to be a little bit quicker and I think cheaper. And I thought it looked just as good, but I definitely noticed something between season 3 and 4. The individual stills still look really good, but I don't know, it's just not as smooth, in my opinion. But the writing is still good, and that's really all that matters.
As we know, writing is the
Have you-
most important part.
Yeah, that's right. Have you seen all the 3 seasons? Or
I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah.
How does season 2 end? I've definitely seen 2.
I don't remember
Oh, okay.
specifically.
I don't remember if I've seen 3 or not. It's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, I think of the seasons in terms of the caterpillar guy, because he evolves.
Oh, Bait?
No, there's an evil caterpillar
Oh, yeah.
that's in the guy's ear, and he's
Yeah.
really small, and he gets progressively bigger.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I've only seen 2. So let's try not to do any season 3 spoilers for me
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I actually don't remember it really, really well, but Elaine was really hooked on that show, so I've seen a lot of it in snips.
It's funny because it's come up very recently, twice for me at work.
Yeah.
Within the last week or two. And it wasn't because new seasons were out. It was because, we started a D&D campaign at work, during lunch breaks.
Mm-hmm.
My creative director wanted to understand nerd stuff better.
That's a
So
good way
she
to do
was
it.
like, I've never played D&D. And then my supervisor was like, well, I can teach you. We can run a little one-shot game at work during lunch. She goes, great.
You should do it during company time.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that would be
Hey.
even better.
Yeah.
We're calling it
Research.
basically research and development, yeah. But So we started that, and then like as we were picking our races and classes, I definitely used some Dragon Prince gifs in the group chat as we were, you know, making decisions and creating our characters. So there's the kind of dopey knight guy who gives like the double thumbs up gif. I use that one, and
Did you use Soren for him?
huh?
Or did you use a Dragon Prince character for that?
Well, it was that's what I'm saying. That's the gif came from Dragon Prince.
Yeah. Was it that blonde knight guy?
Yeah, the blonde knight guy.
The brother.
Yeah, the brother. And then a coworker asked, "Oh, what's that from?" And I said, "Oh, it's from the show called Dragon Prince. You should check it out." And then it came up again
Just now.
when we were doing accents. We actually got into some role playing today at lunch. First couple of days were character creation because we only have an hour at lunch, and everyone knows D&D characters take more than an hour to create.
Are you pretty well versed in D&D?
Oh yeah, I mean I used to game all the time in college, and then with our I think you've met John and Susan.
Yeah.
I used to game with them like pretty frequently, and they hosted like we had a long running D&D campaign with them, and then we also played some other role playing games, not just D&D. One was Shadow of Yesterday, and we also played sort of an inn. We played some like weird role playing games, not just D&D, but
Dungeons and
Naggins. But no, I haven't gamed actually with them in years because it kind of just like it's so hard to get 6 adults all on the same schedule and with any kind of regularity without like half your party's busy and they couldn't come. Did we establish that she still is wearing her gloves?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
pretty
she
sure.
is. I didn't draw. I have to draw them on the previous page. Yeah, there we are. She is wearing them. Her archery gloves.
Well, she's always ready for
an arch.
Fight. Yeah, for an arch. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to a podcast called Hello from the Magic Tavern.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
But it's like an Earthling in this magical fantasy land, and in the fantasy land they don't play Dungeons and Dragons. They play Offices and Bosses, which is like Earth equivalent of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Oh, I was saying, it came up again. Dragon Prince came up again when we were doing like my coworker did a great Scottish voice.
Oh, like Rayla?
Yes, right. She's like, I'm trying to do a Rayla impression. It's not really great, but.
Well, Elaine was Rayla for Halloween. She did not try to do an accent though.
Aw, missed opportunity. I think.
Know.
Sorry, Nina. You missed points for that.
Or it was Elaine.
Oh, Elaine did it.
Yeah.
Elaine was an elf, a dark elf.
Yeah, she had ears, and I think Savannah let us borrow a wig.
Oh, that's great.
And then, yeah, we just like made a costume from a jacket.
So, are you going to try to find a way to print the Little Guardians game, kind of like you did with Catapult?
I am not sure because the Little Guardians game that I'm working on, I'd like to sell it through like RPG drive-through.
Oh yeah.
To where people can just print off PDFs.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so impressed with the cards that I printed for the Catapult game that I do kind of want to make a premium version. Because the website that I'm using does like regular playing, like they do regular playing cards, like Jack, Ace, Spades, and you can do custom art, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then you can also do just any type of card, which is what I did. But they also do game printing as well. So they, like it says, you can do a map, or you can do, X of this size card, and 50 of this size card. So I am kind of tempted to try to make a deluxe version that maybe we can sell at our table.
That would be cool.
Like cardstock, and like nicer printed than just a piece of paper.
The people at Gen Con would freaking love that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much done with most of the game. I just need to play test it a little bit. And I think I'm gonna need you to draw probably like 3 or 4 monsters to flesh out the monster gallery,
Mm-hmm.
and just like little icons of them. Not
I'm just gonna steal this and use it as my undersketch for the switches.
oh, for sure. So they match.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying you need me to draw?
Probably just a handful of like monster icons,
Mm-hmm.
like because I think I've showed you I've clipped just a small square of some of the monster journals, so not even a big image, but just a small one. Do you even need to redraw that, or
I do. It's too fuzzy.
it's too fuzzy because it's low? It's
Yeah.
blown up.
Plus, like, I don't know. It just adds a little bit of realism. It's slightly different. Like, you would think because it's a static object that copying and pasting would make it look more real because it's exactly the same every time. But in comics, it actually makes it look faker, I think. So it will be mostly the same. But this is essentially a close-up, so it's worth redrawing it. And it gets extra details because it's bigger now. So, like, wood grain.
Spared no expense.
Even little rips in the wrapping.
Ooh.
And we get a closer view of the carvings. I'm always super excited whenever like we make a thing and then like you receive it in hand for the first time.
Yeah.
When did those come in?
They came in. I had a deadline for Christmas because I wanted to give it out as
Oh,
Christmas
right.
gifts to some people. So I got it kind of early December.
Oh, okay.
But you were in.
I was in Texas.
That's right, and I heard only a little bit about your harrowing tale of.
No,
Was it no
water?
water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
Did you have no water the whole time you were there?
Yes. Almost precisely the exact time I was there.
Wow.
So like I flew into town and I think my dad left he tried to do the thing where you leave it dripping like and he left a heater on like on the lines because it's an RV, like a really fancy RV, but it's an RV. So like the pipes have more exposure to the elements than like a house would. And anything exposed, he tried to keep it from freezing. I think when he left to go to the airport to pick me up, it was running. And by the time we got back from the airport, it was frozen. And then it stayed frozen until after I left. A full 5 days. Did not have running water. We just filled up big 5-gallon jugs at a local Walmart. And we actually bought a rechargeable, it's like a pump that goes on the top of those, it's like those big water cooler jugs.
Mm-hmm.
But we got this contraption that fits on the top of the jug. You tap it, turn it on, and it like pump the water up out of the jug and out into a stream. So we just put that right by the sink and basically had running water
Right.
to do dishes and stuff.
With just a limited amount.
Yeah, and I basically just treated it like we were camping. Like
Yeah.
I didn't shower all the time, like, or I just did a washcloth shower, wash my hair in the sink, that kind of thing. It was roughing it as
Sounds
far
like
as
it.
expensive RVs go.
You were there for what, a week?
Yeah, almost a week, like 5 or 6 days. First time I'd seen my parents for Christmas. Well, I mean, they've driven up here to Indy, but I haven't been to Texas to see them for Christmas since like 2016, I think, or 2015. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
They were very happy to see me.
Oh, sure. I forget, does Andy, your brother, live?
Yeah, he lives in San Antonio. My parents live closer to, what's the name of it? Like, it's a little town that literally only has like a post office and one intersection, and it's like, that's it. Because they're basically living out in the middle of like cattle ranch country. Yeah, on land that used to be a cattle ranch, and it was split up into subdivisions.
Is he gonna build, or are they gonna?
Yeah,
build
they're building a house.
They are.
They did they sold their house, bought the RV, did the retirement thing, drove around the country, and then my dad found out about this like deal on land that was being sold at this old cattle ranch, and he's like, "You bought 10 acres," and he's like, "We're gonna build a house." I'm like, "You just sold your house." They kind of just pulled the trigger on the retiree thing and then just undid it. I don't think they liked living in the RV full time.
I think full time is a bit much.
It's hard.
I'm sure it's fun to travel and have it, but man, full time would be not fun. So you stayed with them as well?
In the yeah, because the RV is the only thing they had at the moment.
Yeah. Does Andy stay with them?
Andy visited for a few of the days, and he slept on the fold-out couch, and I slept in this bunk above the cab. It was like a little twin bed that comes down right above the driver's seat, and he like the whole thing has like a leather couch, 2 leather recliners, dining table, kitchen, and then like a full queen in the back bedroom. Like it's a big old RV. Not old. I think it was a 2018. But it worked. Even my brother's partner visited for a day and crashed with him on the fold-out couch. So there was usually 3, sometimes 4, and then at one point 5 of us staying in the RV. Their house will be built by the time I see them again. I think they're starting construction in March. But yeah, it was really cool. And,
you said your flights got delayed or canceled?
Oh, it was I was caught up in that whole Southwest thing that happened during the polar vortex. It was not fun.
No, I can't imagine that being fun.
Yeah, so my getting down there, I had like 2.5-hour delays, like including like we landed and then just sat in the runway for like an hour, waiting for a gate to open up for the plane to pull up and let us out.
Yikes.
It was awful. And then I was flying back on a Tuesday, so Monday, 24 hours ahead of time, is when you're supposed to check in.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, sorry, your flight's canceled. I'm like, well, I'm glad I decided to check in a whole 24 hours early. Because then I had to scramble to find another flight that wasn't $1,000, you know?
So you were delayed like
A 20
days?
No, just a day.
Oh.
Like I was able to fly back on Wednesday, but I had to like Tuesday. I thought I was just gonna hang out at the RV and then Dad take me to the airport and I fly back Tuesday evening. Instead, my dad had to take me to San Antonio, which was a 2-hour drive for them, to my brother's place. I hung out with my brother and actually got basically a bonus evening with my brother. Crashed at my brother's place. He took me to the airport Wednesday, and then I finally got home Wednesday. But it was like all day because there was like a long layover. Anyway, that was my Christmas.
Yeah.
Not great.
Well, at least you got to be with family.
Yep. And their 3 little dogs.
Okay.
Also living in the RV.
Sounds a little crowded.
Oh,
Sounds intimate.
that's a great word for it. Yeah, I really got to know those little dogs.
And those people.
Yeah, my parents, I got to know them really well. So you had your family visiting.
Yeah, my brother and his wife visited for a little bit of time. My brother had a conference in Dublin and I think some meetings in France.
Mm-hmm.
So he came here to hang out with us a little bit, and then his wife stayed behind for like a week while he did that.
Okay.
And we did like Elaine's birthday, and I won tickets to Disney on Ice,
Whoa.
which this is my second year winning tickets through work.
Oh yeah.
So that was fun.
You seem to win a lot of tickets at work. Didn't you win like Bieber tickets or
I
something?
won Justin Bieber tickets, yes.
And you took Nina?
I took Nina, yes. She was the coolest kid in school for a day.
She actually got to see Bieber. Who is popular with her age range?
Yes. I tried to win Lizzo tickets, did not win.
Ah, that would have been a great concert.
Yes.
Not really one you can take Nina to.
Oh, I think she can go.
Really?
I don't know. I didn't win.
I thought Lizzo has some like adult themes in her music.
She, says like the B word a lot, but
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Yeah, you're not too precious about protecting your kids from that.
There's some music that's pretty raunchy for no reason.
Well, some of Lizzo's stuff can get pretty raunchy.
I could have. I mean, it's not. It's
Okay.
not that bad.
Okay.
Compared to like Like I've listened to some Doja Cat.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty filthy. She's pretty darn good, but I will say, for something I'm trying to,
Not ready to
for my 12-year-old, not so much. But,
share with Nina, no.
Yeah. Lizzo's not too bad.
I don't think she's bad. I just
No. I mean in that
Yeah.
way. I don't think she's that
Alright.
like as raunchy and as explicit as. I mean, there's some Ariana Grande songs that are pretty bad. Like,
really.
Yeah, there's a song by her called like "Fuck Me All Night Long."
Oh wow.
Like, seriously, that is the name of the song, and that's what it's about, and that's the catchy chorus. And I'm like, whoa, this is a little racy. I'm actually wearing a Lizzo shirt.
Oh.
I'm too fine. I'm way too fine to be this stressed. This is my motto in life.
Yep.
So I got the shirt.
That reminds me of the saying, like, too blessed to be stressed.
That's right. My fine units outweigh my stress units.
What is a unit of being fine?
I think you're looking at it.
Oh, okay. You're an absolute unit.
That's right. I mean, you only need one unit, really.
Yeah. And that is the method by which we measure all others.
That's right. Because 2, you're just bragging, Like
Yeah,
you're just,
right.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. That looks like a stick wrapped in cloth.
Yeah, I think so.
This is where you say, dang it, Lee, you're like the best at drawing sticks wrapped in cloth.
You're in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree. Did you get to see Glass Onion?
I did. Give me 1 second, and I will share with you my thoughts on Glass Onion.
Great. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I have some thoughts about it too. Man, I really wish we could have music.
You know the Ignore City videos, the animations I put up?
Yep.
I got a copyright hit from the Shakeups.
That's our music.
I know. Well, it said. I think Patrick approved it. I think Patrick was.
Oh, it
got
pinged him. It's like,
pinged
did you
him.
know that this podcast is
But it
using
found
your
it.
music?
Yeah, it found
Wow.
it from the music the Shakeups make.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because and I didn't really even get notified. I was just kind of looking at some stuff, and then I noticed I got a copyright hit for the Ignore City stuff from the Shakeups, but it said like allowed or something. So that I should ask Patrick about that if he got some type of notification that, hey, this scumbag is stealing your music on YouTube.
Watch that guy. He's shady.
He's shady. He's benefiting greatly. Did you like Glass Onion?
I thought it was fun. I definitely like Knives Out better. Knives Out felt like more like a really twisty, fleshed out, like a good mystery that kept me guessing. I was not guessing at all with Glass Onion, but it was really fun watching the dumb idiots lose. So I was like, okay, that's fun. I enjoyed that part. What did you think?
I really liked probably 80% of it. And then I found the 20% I did not like kind of ruined it for me.
Oh, wow. Like completely ruined it.
Like, I was kind of insulted by the story. And like, I might be the only one that felt that way because I talked to some other people that did not read it the way that I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of found the writing of it to be condescending.
Yeah.
Like when he's yelling, this story is stupid and this is all stupid, he's implying that this movie is stupid. And then it's like, well, why am I watching it?
Oh, stupid for
like,
even enjoying it.
Yeah, like he kind of, was incredulous at how ridiculous and stupid things were. And like, I kind of felt like, well, are you just kind of making fun of me? Like, he's kind of making fun of himself, I think is what he was going for.
I think he was making fun of the villain. Because that was, like, what he's saying is stupid is his plot.
Ryan Johnson is just so meta. I just felt like he was making fun of the movie, and then it's like, well, I don't really want to watch it now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know. That was my
actually
interpretation.
I think that's a valid interpretation, if any are.
But I also found a lot of it very stupid. Like, and spoilers, the stuff with the energy that they were using that was going to blow up a bunch of houses.
Oh, it's like crystallized hydrogen energy?
Like, that's stupid. Like, I just don't really believe that would ever really happen. And that, like...
Well,
that was
just
so
because the megalomaniacal CEO like downplays the danger, like it would actually get implemented before
Yeah.
like passing safety review and all that.
And then like even the stuff
And like his one friend who's a scientist is like, this is too dangerous to really use, and he's like, shut up and use it anyway.
Yeah,
like
that's so slapsticky Saturday morning cartoon villainy, which I guess again he's aware of, so he's kind of saying it's stupid. And I was just like, well, why did you make a plot that's stupid to tell me that it's stupid? Maybe you should write something that's not stupid. Was kind of my takeaway.
Yeah.
But even like the note, that the handwritten note of the brilliant idea of whatever it was, which he was purposely vague on.
That proves
That
their...
proves nothing. Like I was like, that doesn't prove anything, let alone in a court of law. And they kind of showed the napkin just being like some circles with like website and like people and like connecting them, and I'm like, this is not anything.
Well, it's probably how things like Facebook start, is like an idea scrawled on a napkin, and it's like people post, you know.
And even if that may be, that wouldn't be the linchpin in some type of lawsuit.
Right.
You know, like
anyone could
ridiculous.
scrawl on a napkin, and like, how do they know that it was made, like, you know, 10 years ago or whatever?
I mean, it's like on the napkin he writes like, I made it up, signed me. Like it's just.
Yeah, it was so bad. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's dumb that it held up in court is the thing. Like,
yeah.
They could have totally used it as a plot point of like, he stole control of the company by claiming it was his idea, and somehow doctored documents that proved it, like old, you know, like documents that showed, like, I don't know, establishing the company or establishing the copyright or something. That would be more believable. But like the napkin thing.
Well, and even
I don't know.
And Rian Johnson can be very meta in his movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, he starts it out with a puzzle box that everyone gets.
I love.
You have to solve it, and then the last person smashes it, and like, so that's his way of telling me, I'm gonna take the puzzle box of the mystery and smash it. Like from the opening 5 minutes, that's what the director has told me. So then he has like this literal glass onion in the movie where there's nothing in the middle, and then he writes this story where there's kind of nothing in the middle, and I kind of got annoyed with it. Even though I do think a lot of it was pretty entertaining and well done. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And I like the first one better because it was more straight up.
Mm-hmm. I like the first one a lot.
Yeah.
The mystery in the first one was fantastic.
Yes.
And I also didn't like the people in the first one.
Yes.
Which is great.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't like it as much, because most people I talked to thought it was brilliant, and I was
Glass Onion, really?
Yeah, most people I've talked to are really blown away by it.
Huh.
And I also give you a hard time because you like all movies. I am pleased that there was a movie that you did not.
Guilty. I do like most movies.
The pictures were moving.
I mean, okay.
There was sound.
Hey, that's a movie.
That checks all my boxes.
Yeah. Is it a movie? Yes. I like it.
It was more than 59 minutes and less than 7 hours. I loved it.
Less than 7 hours. Okay. Well, here's another one to give you some further examples of movies I did not enjoy.
Okay.
I saw the new Avatar.
Oh, I've not seen it. You did not like it then.
I did not.
Oh,
well, I didn't like the first one either.
You didn't like the first one? I actually liked the first one. I didn't love it. Amazing.
It's not breaking new ground in plot. Or...
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I thought, at least at the time, the 3D
really
was
derivative though.
Cool, but yeah, I would like to see the second one. I'm not scrambling to the theaters to see it. But
it's like seeing the first one again. Really?
Is it really?
Yeah. It's like, but this time there's water aliens instead of aliens that live in the trees.
Ooh, they really upped the ante.
Yep. I mean, but that's literally the only difference. Really... Other than that, same struggle. Military versus native aliens. Same main character.
Is it the same? I don't even remember the first
Jake
movie.
Sully.
Like I literally saw it in the theater when on its initial release, and
it was the main character is he's like a Marine,
yes, and he gets crippled, right, and he lives in the Avatar.
Yeah, he kind of goes native, like he stays in the Avatar full time.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
By the end of it, he's fighting for the natives on the planet against the military, and the second becomes basically their leader because he which is kind of cringy, you know? Like, he shows up
as a white
as an
savior.
outsider, as a white, yeah, it's definitely a white savior thing. Like, because he natives better than the natives do, while not being one of them. It's so dumb.
You just happen to be the greatest samurai.
Yeah. In the second movie, he has a family, and the military comes back, and they do the whole thing over again.
Oh.
Only this time he has kids.
I can see why it took James Cameron 12 years
Was
to
it
come up
12
with this
years?
plot.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he really labored over the plot outline and had some very wild ideas, and then decided at the last minute, no, I'll just make it just like the first movie.
Yep.
Did you see it like in 3D?
No, I didn't see 3D, but like I almost never do the 3D thing.
I remember the first one in 3D and being very impressed with it.
I don't like 3D stuff. I think it's just gimmicky. Make it look really good in 2D.
But there's two movies that I know of
that I did not enjoy.
Yeah.
I saw it for work because we have a laser tag theme that is inspired by the first movie. So when they came out with the second one, we're like, hey, we should watch it for research.
Just like your Dungeons and Dragons research?
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I work for a bank. I should just have a lot of money for research.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you should.
Understand, to get into the mind of a rich person.
Money.
Yeah. To understand
how money thinks.
Yeah. Really figure it out.
Now, the movie we actually did see on the clock.
Nice.
That was
nice. That's like a 4-hour movie or something.
3.5. 3 or 3.5, yeah.
Is there an intermission?
No.
Oh.
You have to decide when is the best point to get up and go pee.
I know, like, older movies that were very long, like Gone with the Wind and like Gandhi, had an actual intermission in the theater.
Wow. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings did not have an intermission. I remember like the last 45 minutes of Return of the King being like, I have to pee, but I want to see what happens, and why won't this movie end? Because that's the one that just
didn't it have like, yeah, it has like 4 endings.
Yeah, it's like famous for having 4 or 5 different endings. He just couldn't decide on one.
I think he could, and he decided all of them.
All of them were the right answer.
Yes.
So we watched Jurassic Park with Nina.
Uh-huh. The original?
The original. It still holds up, man.
Oh,
that
it
movie
does.
is solid.
It is so good.
I mean,
it does hold up.
CGI is a little old, but like it's fine.
My brother's so happy to hear you say that.
It's still so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about which Indiana Jones to show her first.
Ooh, the first one.
See, I disagree. I think Last Crusade is the first one to show.
Why?
Because it's the best one.
I
think Raiders
I don't know.
is actually
Raiders
a
is one of my
little
favorite.
slow to like a 12-year-old?
Maybe. I mean, a lot of people I know grew up on the second one, which is sad.
Yeah, the second one is
I think
pretty warped.
It sucks, and it's the one that like got the most TV play. I think. I don't know why. To me, that's the most like childish and cartoonish.
It's also,
and I really hate the relationship between Indy and his female co-star in the second one.
Yes.
She's very whiny. He's very like overly cartoonishly grumpy.
Well, I had read that Spielberg was going through a divorce, and he actually says that's why that movie is so mean.
Really?
He was in a grumpy mood, and I think Lucas might have been going through something too, because I had read that's why that movie is particularly gloomy and like strangely
dark?
Macabre. Yeah, like kind of dark.
Oh, wow.
Because they were both like kind of moody about stuff. And strangely, I believe Spielberg married the female.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you described her as kind of annoying and
she is.
And yeah. But maybe
I'm sorry,
they
not the actress. The the character she was given to play.
The performance.
Yeah. The way they instructed they wanted that character to be was not great. She was supposed to be unlikable, I think. She was supposed to be spoiled, you know? And kind of like, ugh, everything's gross. While they're like, you know, running around a horrible temple and
a temple of doom, if you will.
Yes, of doom. So it's like, isn't it funny to put like a very prissy, you know, high society
like,
person in a
I
Temple
feel
of
like that's
Doom?
been done better.
It's
Trying to
been
think
done
of an
so
example.
better. There are none.
I'm trying to think of a better example of that. Like someone prissy in a action movie setting.
And they're like, ew, dirt. How gross.
There's got to be something.
There are bugs. Oh my god. I remember it being really scary as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And like when she has to reach her hand into the thing to like pull the lever, and there's just like
bugs, all the bugs.
They put all the pointy looking bugs in there, and I'm just like, no! I was flipping out as a kid. So like, if the movie was, I mean, I was the target audience. Let's be honest. It worked great. They got exactly the reaction they wanted to. But as an adult, I'm just like, this is tiresome.
But yeah, I think Indiana Jones Last Crusade is just the most fun, and I think she would just enjoy it the most. Well, I'm worried if I show her
Raiders, she'll be bored.
She'd just be kind of like, I don't get it.
Same thing with me, and I've been trying to figure out when to show when to show Lydia like Studio Ghibli films. And I'm like, My Neighbor Totoro or Ponyo might be more her speed.
Yeah.
But even with Totoro, which is...
How old is she again?
She's 6. She's going to turn 7 next month.
Probably Ponyo.
I would think that. You would think? But, like, I don't know. Like, there are certain films, like, I think Turning Red and Frozen and, like, some other Disney stuff that, like, you know, are big hits. And, like, they'll watch over and over again. But then, like, other films, we were like, do you want to watch Emperor's New Groove? And they're like, no. They just say, I don't know what it is, but they just decide they don't want to watch it. And I've been like holding on to my my Studio Ghibli cards and not playing them. Not going to play that card yet because I don't want the rejection. I just want her to watch the movie with me. But yeah, I was thinking Ponyo or My Neighbor Totoro, but I really just see her getting completely bored.
I mean, she's pretty young.
Yeah.
The Kiki's Delivery Service is.
Oh, Kiki's might be a good one. Yeah.
Nina really liked that one. Actually, she dressed as Kiki one year.
Right. That's right. In fact, she did that. Oh no, I'm conflating that with when she dresses our character Subira. It's a very similar costume.
Oh yeah, we totally ripped it
up. And she was Subira that one time we were at PopCon, I think, the first year.
Yeah.
I think the note... Yeah, that's about the right size.
Was it folded?
It was, so I'll put creases in it after I draw the lettering. This will be riveting live stream while I...
Dude, calligraphy is like...
Right?
The most exciting thing you could watch.
Is Thabo's handwriting pretty rough, or is it...
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty brutish, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't think he like writes like a monster.
No. He should definitely have hearts to dot his eyes. Perfect.
Do you think Luna would actually do that when she like forges a note from Thabo?
I would think she's smart enough not to do that.
Okay. That's funny. Oh, it's my friend Ness. My best buddy Ness from growing up.
Oh.
In Cincinnati.
Nice.
What's up, Ness? Avatar has to have a record for the most money spent on a movie with the least cultural impact. I believe that is true. Ooh, and my brother's in there. We were just talking about my brother.
We were only saying good things.
Well, that and like they were talking about Jurassic Park. Yep.
Did we talk about Jurassic Park and his ears started burning and he immediately could tell?
That's what Ness said. My brother popped in and was like, hey, bro. And then Ness is like, Hey, Andy, they were talking about Jurassic Park, so my brother is like, ah. Obviously, it's my brother's favorite movie. I agree, it is great.
It's a good movie to make your favorite.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's, nothing says, what is it, 1994 or 1996? When did it come out? It's like,
I want to say 93.
I think it was like 94.
94.
Yeah. But nothing says 94 like Jurassic Park to me. And that's like key childhood nostalgia range of time. I love that my like best childhood friend and my brother are both in the chat. This makes me really happy.
Does it make you want to meet them in the treasure room?
With little hearts?
Yes.
No. But
No?
I will take them out for drinks and dinner.
The treasure room was inside
The
you.
code
The whole time.
is... Oh, I'll just have to write the code over here instead of under the fingers. I keep capitalizing first letters. Hold on. Code is ABACABB. Even if the last part of the code is covered up, I think people will know which code it is. Like, part of the B is covered up, and that's fine.
I think that'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yes, no one's gonna think it's ABACABR, so I think it'll be okay.
Now, Thabo's name might be covered up a little bit. I can raise the note.
Yeah, I do think the name is important
Because
for clarity.
right now it looks like it says thanks.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
Fabs.
Thabs. Thabby.
On all my stationery.
Oh, Andy says 93.
That was my initial thought.
You were right. I was wrong. Doodah. Doodah. Was it really 93?
Would Andy lie to you?
Yes.
Oh.
My brother and I like to do an annual trip now. And in previous years, we did like Hot Springs, Arkansas. We did Nashville last year. This year, I think we're doing the Ozark National Forest.
Cool.
It's going to be so fun, like later this summer. Do some hiking. It's going to be great.
Where are the Ozarks again? Is that?
It's also in Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas.
Yeah, it's like northern Arkansas. Hey, we can see the whole code now.
ABACABR.
Abacab.
Abacab.
Mm-hmm. One of the songs that we wrote, oh, my brother texted me too. Before we come up with names for the songs based on lyrics or a theme or anything, we just have an instrumental jam.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been naming them just like the chord progressions. So like one song was named Kataka for a while. CADACAAA.
Nice.
Which is a fun chord progression. And then there was another one that was like ab to gab. And I'm like, okay, we need to stop naming them chord progressions. I love this. This panel is gonna be fun to draw, where she's like running these like levers. That's how cartoon people drive robots.
That's right.
With two levers.
Meanwhile, the robot's like spinning and
doing all sorts of or yeah, the robot's doing really complex martial arts moves, but all they're doing is pulling two levers.
That's true.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great.
You should save.
What would I do without you?
Save slightly less
Mm-hmm.
and be totally fine.
I thought you were gonna say, well, your computer would crash and you'd lose all your work.
No, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I would. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'd be fine. I kind of want to like have her little tongue sticking out like a little bit, so she's doing like.
Oh yeah.
Like while you put in a code.
Yes, she's in. She has gamer face.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make it up.
It's almost too silly.
That's good when you can make yourself giggle.
I know. For some reason, the way the eyes and face look, it's reminding me of like Lupin the Third kind of character design.
Yeah.
Which I'm a huge fan of Lupin. So I am not changing it. Oh, I just realized I drew that great ear, and it's just going to be covered up by hair. I do that all the time. Just erase it. It's fine.
Just make all the characters bald.
Yeah, right? Hey, do we have practice next Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
So you're going to get to hear me on the drums. Doing shake-ups.
Yes,
You've
sir.
seen me on drums before. Like
Yeah,
once
I've done it
before.
How did last practice go that I missed?
Last practice went well. We added 2 more songs to our list, so the number of songs that Luisana and I can do on drum and bass is up to 9. Which is most of a set list. Just got another 5 or 6 to go.
That April Fool's Day show, we're only playing a half
Like
hour.
a 45 minute. Actually, the first 2 bands are doing half hour. I thought the Shakeups was going to do 45 minutes. I thought the Phantoms and Resounding Maybes were going to do smaller sets.
I don't know.
That's a Patrick question.
Yeah, it's alright.
That's all right. I wasn't really like looking to you for the info.
Yep.
But I am excited about it. It feels like I'm starting all over again. So it's my first concert playing drums at a venue.
Yeah, should be good.
Yay! I got the Lupin the Third theme song stuck in Ness's head. I didn't even have to hum it. Lupin the Third. Dun 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 dun.
I am not familiar with this cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
I don't
great.
know
It's an anime based on a manga of the Lupin is the greatest thief in the world.
Oh.
So he's a thief character. I'm trying to think of something that reminds me of. I don't know. It's so unique to me. Like, it's really funny. The action is good. The mysteries and the twists and the crimes are really good because it's like every episode's like a heist. But usually they have like the whole season covers like an overarching plot. And there are, I think, 5 seasons of the TV show, which, I mean, they're kind of done in series. Like the first series came out in like the 70s, late 60s, early 70s.
It's that old.
Yeah, it's that old. And then like they did another series in the 80s. There've been a couple recent series in like the 2000s and like more recent.
Oh, so it's been like rebooted?
Yeah, like it's like I just called them seasons, but they're really more like whole different, different animation style. Like it's been updated, different, I mean the characters are all the same, and it's the same. I think it's still Toei Animation that does it. I think, but anyway,
Cool.
it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite series, and they have had a couple movies. One of them was storyboarded. Was it storyboarded or art directed by Hayao Miyazaki? So it was one of the first things he directed, I think, called The Castle of Cagliostro.
That's the Dragon Ball Z guy?
No, that's the Studio Ghibli guy.
Oh, Studio Ghibli. Okay.
Yeah, so if you watch Lupin the Third, in fact, that's the perfect thing to do instead of watching, 5 series worth of history. Like you could just, if you want to know what Lupin is, watch The Castle of Cagliostro, and it is a fantastic film. The animation's top notch. You're like, oh yeah, this kind of feels like Studio Ghibli did it. Like, it looks that good, and it's a great adventure flick. It's a little bit misogynistic. Like Lupin is pretty womanizing and girl crazy, and the main female lead is pretty like thin, big bust, like stereotypical.
This is how it was at that time.
Hot woman that Lupin really wants, but she's also like a really good thief, and they never end up hooking up. I think they just. Like, he's always like, oh man, you're awesome. And she's like, yeah, whatever, you're a dork. Like, the whole time.
But she does it sexy.
Yeah. She can do all the super criminal stuff that Lupin can do, only she does it while being sexy.
I mean, that would be hard to do.
It's depressing how often that is thought of as, hey, that's like a powerful female character.
Yeah.
See how hot she is while also being successful.
That's right. She's a Well-rounded character.
It's
A
horrible.
lot of depth.
Yeah.
A lot of depth.
So once you get past Fujiko, like just the fact that she is the way she is, like it's good. I really love Lupin for all the reasons that I said.
We also watched Banshees of Inisherin.
What's that?
It's this kind of weird Irish movie that
Sounds Irish. There's
a
banshees.
little bit. I liked it.
Who's in it?
It's got Colin Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love Colin Farrell.
yeah, he's good in it, and
He's good in so many
it's a very
things.
strange movie, but I really liked it.
I'm not surprised. He does good work. Did you ever see In Bruges?
No, but it's the same director,
Yeah.
and now I want to see.
You should see In Bruges.
Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah, it's on my list now of things to watch because I liked Banshees quite a bit. Cap Nessa, is that Ness?
Cap Nessa's Nest, yeah.
Last movie I saw in the theaters was Bullet Train.
Oh, Bullet Train is good. I had a lot of fun watching that. That one is Brad Pitt.
I think it's on Netflix. Or HBO. I should watch it.
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes, it's very good. I don't really think the movie kind of it has some like Eastern themes around like luck and fate that are kind of woven into the story and the dialogue, but I don't think it ends up being as profound as it wants to be. It kind of ends up being like multiple story threads that all get wound up and tied together, kind of like a Guy Ritchie film, but done in a much more like action-packed assassins on a bullet train together, kind of figuring out a plot and trying to survive kind of thing. Also Japanese Yakuza, because it takes place in Japan on a bullet train, obviously, because we don't have bullet trains here. But it's very good. Brad Pitt is hilarious. And also, I mean, he can do action pretty good.
Oh, for sure. Same categories as shoot 'em up, just kind of fun, dumb action.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fun and dumb.
I
I could see myself understanding the basics of that premise.
Yep, you'd enjoy it. Being fun and dumb yourself.
Well, thank you. Wait a second.
Are you stretching your back out?
A little bit.
Okay. How has it been? Been okay?
I actually tweaked it
Again?
right before the Cure show,
No!
and it was not great.
Oh,
But
that bums me out thinking that you had to be feeling that during the whole show.
yeah, I had a chair just in case. Luckily, I didn't really need it. But I don't know. I just tweaked it, really not doing anything.
I could not tell you were in any discomfort. You were playing like you normally do.
Yep. That's what the beer is for.
Yes. Little known secret among you musicians.
That's right.
The beer makes you play better
It does.
and ignore pain.
Yep. It's a pain suppressant.
And talent enhancer.
That's right. Yeah, I think we're going to play at that Foyt
Foyt Wine Vault.
again in May.
Well, that's good. I thought it was a great venue for you all.
It was.
I'm not surprised they want to have you back.
I think The Cure was a good choice for us. I think there's a lot of Cure fans out there that don't always get, because there's always like a Beatles cover band, and there's always
Right. Well, if you think about all the things that are the local bands do in our area, it's like Bowie. Didn't Bambury do a Michael Jackson one?
he did Prince.
He did Prince.
I
We'll
don't know
do
about
Bowie
Michael
and Prince.
Jackson.
I thought he did Michael Jackson.
may
Maybe
have.
not.
Actually, I think he did a Cure one.
Did he do a Cure
Not
one
long
as
ago,
well?
which I would love to see. How many hands is she gonna have going?
She has two hands going.
2 hands? Oh, I see. You're just doing it.
Yeah, she's doing the first and the third one. And the middle one is in the up position.
She's on the A C portion of the
Yeah.
code. Gotcha. But you're gonna have the sound effects too.
Yeah. Clack a clack, clack a clackin'. Squeak, squeakin', squeak. Squeaker. Yeah, I speak you, Buck. That is an Emperor's New Groove reference.
Oh, I don't know that movie as well.
You don't?
I mean, I've seen it. That's the one with what David Spade is like a llama or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
But you don't remember it as well. Didn't leave as much of an impression.
I think it's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say Disney
Oh,
and
no!
they kept to the.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
They kept to the kind of standards. It was Little Mermaid, Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Tangled. There was not any Emperor's New Groove representation. Although, was that even Disney? Or is that
that's Disney movie.
I learned yesterday gold records are just whatever random record they have on hand, vacuum metallic painted. So you can play them, but it's not the music it was awarded for. Allegedly, one of the Beatles' gold records is actually a Rolling Stones album. That's funny.
That's hilarious. Who learned that?
That's Katniss.
Oh, okay.
Katnissa.
I did not know that. So it's like literally the award is not printed on their own record.
On their own record. But the record is playable, but it's not necessarily yours.
Yeah, it's not necessarily theirs.
That is strange.
That's a great trivia question.
So strange it must be true.
Right? It's kind of one of those things that it's like, it's a good fact because people are like, I kind of want that to be the case, you know?
It's a good factoid.
Factoid, yeah. It's the kind of thing that even if it wasn't true, now people will think it is true because it's like a rumor. Like it's almost too good that one of the Beatles' gold records was a Rolling Stone album. Like
yes.
That sounds apocryphal to me. Like a story that's like purposefully made up because it would be good if it was true.
So it has to be true.
Right? What was the sound effect? We get another follow?
Oh, I don't know. How do you check that?
I can jump in here. Yeah, my brother followed.
Look at that.
About time, bro.
Do you guys call each other bro?
Yes, in fact, that is the longest running gag we have.
But you do it
together.
Kind of ironically, I know.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, broski, brosif. We take celebrity names, and if we can work a bro into it, that's what we call each other. Like, I would call him, like, Angelina Broly.
Nice.
Or something like that. Like, that's just one of the ones that I remember. But with, like, any word where you can fit in the word bro, we'll try to do that.
Yeah, I used to work with someone that would occasionally call me bro, and I could not tell if he was being ironic or not.
And did you not enjoy it?
Not particularly, but he was a nice guy. I didn't, say anything, but I just couldn't tell if he was being a little ironic.
Secretly, we're annoyed by it.
Bruh.
Hey, bruh. My brother's the only person I do that with.
Bro Sidon.
Yes, exactly. That's a good one.
That's pretty good.
That makes me happy.
I did start a Sims character named B-Ry Broham, and it's spelled B-R-I, and people will mispronounce it as Bry, but he likes to explain that it's pronounced B-Ry. And he has a dog named Snugs.
Snugs is a great dog name.
That was actually the default name, and I was
really?
like, Broham would totally have a dog named Snugs. Or one of. I think I cycled through a handful.
Oh, so he has several dogs?
No, several dog names. Because when I bought the pet expansion pack, more for Nina. I don't really play it a lot, but I did start a game called B-Ry Broham. Yeah, I bought the pet expansion pack and the cottage living expansion pack.
Cottage living?
Because you can farm.
Are you going cottage core with your freaking Sims game?
I haven't even opened the cottage stuff, but Nina has. She has a llama farm.
Oh my god. That sounds like Stardew Valley, only in Sims.
I think it's a little bit inspired by Stardew Valley.
Fantastic. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll do the sound effects another time because I think we're about close to wrapping up.
Yeah.
So save.
Is that the door opening?
Yeah, it will be like sliding. I think we said that it slid open.
Yeah, I think it.
Oh, up or to the side?
I think either.
Okay, well, I'll figure that out another time. But it's just drawing timbers and rock, so not really interesting for a stream. Hey, I got some good progress done.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh, is there anything I could jump back on this page to do? I do want to like probably fill in the flames before we send it to Dan. And then what did I forget? Oh, her gloves.
Oh yes. Maybe she takes her gloves off to read.
No.
I can't read with my gloves on. It's my secret weakness.
There. Simplified version of the gloves.
Well, it's far away.
Yeah. That's fine. I think everyone... Oh, yeah, and I was going to draw her, like, her backpack.
Have a good night. Y'all. Trombitar, that's your brother, right?
Yep, Trombitar's my brother.
It's not Trombitar?
No, Trombitar.
Trombitar.
Like trombone bitar. Because he was a trombone player. Still is. Still is a really good trombone player. I'm just putting packs and parcels and stuff on the ground. What else would an adventurer have?
She put her sleeping bag down already.
Yeah, there would be a bedroll across the top.
But it's on the floor.
It's already rolled out. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have drawn the bedroll on top of the backpack.
Right, but she's already rolled it out.
Yeah. And then, here, let's do some more background, just details. Just kind of cave wall stuff. Since you were so worried about everything being so emptied.
Just a little bit goes a long way, I think.
Right. That's generally all we need.
Yeah, just something. I feel like, every so often, it just makes a big difference. I feel like too many in a row where it's really sparse is like,
yeah.
Like where there's literally just a gray
gradient.
So to have too many in a row is
too
much.
Yeah, and this will be mostly shadow out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Maybe do some shadows over here. These are mainly just like lines for Dan to build shadows off of. I don't want too much because I want to compete with the character.
Right.
There we go. Previous page is done, except for the flames. Current page just needs the door and sound effects. Oh, and probably some rock details around here and here. Anyway, I can work on that later. That was our stream. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
You'll see this again later on YouTube.
Yes.
Bye.